What is up, YouTube? Baby Piper coming at you live. Well, not really live, but coming at you from North Georgia mountains on a beautiful day. Probably 60 something degrees out. As you can see, the sun is blasting me because of the time change. So today we're going to talk about the West Coast Pipe Show, and we're going to talk about kind of before, then, and after. I guess that's the best way to structure it. Well, before I got to go, my flight was on Thursday, leaving Atlanta at 8 o'clock, 7:55. I was going to be gone from then on Thursday until Monday at 12 in the afternoon. Yesterday's Tuesday right now. And so I had to do all my homework for my classes that was going to be on the weekend, all of it. And so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was crazy because I was working to make sure everything was done before I left. And so Wednesday night I ended up staying up all night working on a cell biology lab notebook that I turned in on Thursday morning, and then at 2 o'clock on Thursday I went to the airport and had somebody drop me off. I got there, we left at 2 to make my 8 o'clock because it's 2 hours to get there and there was no chance I was going to miss that flight. I walk in, I go into the big line of security, they split me up, go through the little walkie thingies, get sniffed by a dog, hit the scanner, didn't even have to go through the scanner, went straight through the metal detector, put my clothes on. It was a combined like 9 minutes and I was through all the security in Atlanta. And so I was 3 hours early from my departure time. I didn't bring my laptop, I didn't bring any kind of anything. I just happened to carry on a little roller bag, and it was boring. But I got on a flight was good. Got to Las Vegas at 10 o'clock, or actually like 9 o'clock at night. A little over 4-hour flight. Got out, walked out into the gate to the slot machines right there. Then I went to the ground transportation, and I waited for our hotel casino shuttle. That was awesome. That was a good ride. It was a little black lady named T, and she had been driving buses her whole life, usually like for public transportation. She lived in Georgia for 2 years, so we got to talk about Waffle House and little old white grandmas who like to make food for all the neighborhood boys. So that was a good ride. When I got there, walked straight through the lobby, walked straight into the little pub named Jack's, I think it was called. It was a little pub in the side of the casino. It wasn't near the gambling tables, but it was near the slot machines. And it was really, really cool there, for sure. That was like being able to step out of Vegas into a nice little hangout with all the guys and away from the noise and stuff. So that was sweet. With an awesome bartender, well, not bartender, but server named Carmela. She knew all our stuff. She knew every drink that we wanted, like the second we got there, the days after the first. I stayed up till like, I don't know, 5 o'clock the first night I was there. And so from cell biology notebook night, no sleep, and then that, and then going to sleep at 5. I think I was up for like 40 something hours. It's crazy. And then Friday I woke up at like 1 o'clock. Just went down to Jack's and had a Reuben from the bar at 2:30 for lunch. So that was cool. Watched all the people gamble. Watched roulette the first night. Learned how to play that. The first night I went to the Oyster Bar, which is in the casino, and Jason and I sat down and had some clam chowder and sourdough bread rolls. I think I ate like 5 of them. And this was at like 4:30 in the morning, right before we went to bed. And woke up Friday, and then I got the grand tour of the Strip with Elaine Odell, and her mom and dad, Suwani and Trip, and we just walked around and had a blast. We went to the Venetian shops, went into the Venetian, saw the casino. We walked down the Strip to the Bellagio, and we waited for like 15 minutes for the next show. And you should check out Elaine's Instagram for the beginning of that. We're all like sitting there we have our videotapes going, and we're waiting, and all of a sudden it's just like boom, they blast and huge music, and Elaine's video, she's like, ah, freaks out. It's awesome. So good. So we watched that. It was like a 10-minute show, and then we went back to the Palace Station. Friday night, second night, we went out on the floor and watched some more roulette. That was awesome. You should have seen our table. Man, we had the first table in the casino, and it was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. The amount of noise that we made. Anytime anybody won anything, you could be on a corner splitting 4 and win like $7, and we lost our mind because you won something. It was so much fun. Saturday, woke up at 7, got out of bed at like 7:30, showered, went and set up the table, the Dagner table, and then just got to work. Sold pipes all day, walked around a few times, and then Saturday night, obviously went back to the bar, hung out, did the same thing Sunday morning, got to wake up a little later and go to the show, and sold some more pipes, worked there, and let's see, I met all kinds of people. You know, I met the Stutter Girls, Cynthia and Susan. That was crazy. I got to meet them. Actually, Cynthia took a picture of some Christmas cheer and posted it on her Instagram, and I had no idea. And since Nashville, I've been looking for a Scotty pipe, Scotty Purcell, and I found an estate one that I could afford, and so I jumped right on that. Hand behind the pipe. I don't know if it'll focus, but it's pretty much brand stinking new. So nice. Yeah, so I got that, and then with that, got a little package deal, and I might have accidentally bought the Christmas cheer that Cynthia was looking at. And she came by the table, the Dagner table, and was like, "Someone told me that you got that Christmas cheer," and I was like, oops. There was like 4 or 5 tins of 2009, like 3 tins of 2003, and then there was 1 tin of 1999, and I picked it up. And I gave a lot of it away, man. Instantly, I made sure that she put some in her bag. I was like, just because you didn't get it doesn't mean you get some. And she was super, super nice. She's like, no, I don't want it. I was like, take some. Got a bunch, and then I also got to meet Glenn Pipe Nutter. Got to see him. That was crazy. He what night was that? Sunday night was like vape night in Jack's bar. It was like pass around the vape. Glenn's never even seen a vape in person before. Like, he's seen the pins, but like a rebuildable sub-ohm. He's like, I only see videos of it. And then I hit it in the bar and just put out a cloud, and he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, hold on. I was like, it just blew it right at him, and it just hit him, and he's like, it's so cold. And I was like, yes. And so he got to feel and see his first vape in person. And then Sparky Pipes was sitting right there and was like, you gotta hit it. So we made him hit it, and he almost choked to death, and it was hilarious. So that was cool. I'm smoking right now. I got some Stonehaven that was gifted to me at the show. It was I can never remember his name. He's from Greece, and he sells briarwood and pipe wood to some of the vendors, and I was just chilling out with him, and he offered me some Stonehaven, and I was like, yeah, I'd love some. We got to talking, and he just ended up just giving me his little Pampered Chef little Ziploc container of it. He's like, oh, you can have it, you can have it. I'm like, what, really? He's like, yeah. And so smoking some Stonehaven in my Rick Black new little pipe. It's olive wood, and you can see the grain is ridiculous. Rick said that it was some of the best grain that he had ever seen in olive wood, so I was really excited to get that. Yeah, so it has the Cocobolo inlays, one right here for the ring, right before the stem, and then one right here at the top of the bowl. You can only see half of it because of the sun. But it has a line cut into the Cocobolo line. It's a nice little texture right there. And he gifted this to me, sitting in Jack's bar Sunday night. And I went over to the roulette table and lit it up and got to work. So that was awesome. Obviously, I had to pick up NL Dagner, and I'll let you guys see this thing. So nice, so nice. Get the sun going the right way. and I'll show you the grain on this baby. I went for the non-rugged grain, but the smooth instead this time. Can you see that? Just look at the grain on that sucker. A little eye right there. Just beautiful. Jason actually smoked this one all Sunday night. I carried around his pipe bag for him, and he just whipped that sucker out and smoked it all the time when we were in the bar. Totally fine with me. Yeah, and then the last day I had one more purchase, which is going to go in my cellar. It's St. James Woods. I think Cynthia might have bought a tin of this as well, but this one is from 1995. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna let that one sit, and I don't know when I'll smoke it, but I will smoke it for sure. Also, I met Reese. He's from Australia. His name is Reese. I had to look it up because I know his name's Reese, but his Instagram is Gold Coast Reese, and he spells his name R-H-Y-S, Reese. I got to meet him, and he gave me a kangaroo nutsack, a literal kangaroo scrotum. Yeah, he gave us a few. I gave a few people these, and Hector Weeb and I both had one, and we're sitting playing roulette, and we gotta get our luck going, so we smack it on the table and smack it on each other's and get our good luck going from Australia. That's what carried my chips, the house chips. It was really fun. I forgot about this too. Got Tom Eltang to sign my bag as well. Right there. He signed all of them #1 because it's his first but not the last collaboration with Jason, he said. So it's the #1 collab. I also got the one of the new little mouthpieces, one of the new bits from Hector Weeb. I got it in white. He had it in bone and white acrylic and black acrylic, I think. Yeah. And it just has a much larger button. It's a little bit thicker and much larger. It's super comfortable to hold. And you can toss it around being acrylic, you know. And it just adds a new little accent. And yeah, so that was another little get from the show. You know, the pipe shows you learn are not even about the show at all. They're more about the people and hanging out with people and meeting people and seeing people you met before and meeting people from Australia and Denmark and everywhere, Canada. You know, overall, it was a ridiculously great experience. So much fun. Sunday night, we stayed into the bar till about 11, and then we went and played some roulette. And then around 2:30, everyone had pretty much gone to sleep, and it was just Jason Dagner and Tom Eltang and I. And we walked past the craps table, the $3 craps, and Tom Eltang just looks in and is like, "This looks so American, so stupid." And we're just laughing at him like, I don't know how to play, Jason doesn't know how to play, and he whips out $20 and puts it down. And we're sitting there talking to the little guy who works with the coins on the pieces on the board itself, and we're getting yelled at because our arms are hanging over and we're not allowed to cross the line, and they're like, "Oh, you have to stay back," and we're asking every question to learn every rule in the book with a little Asian guy working there, annoying him like crazy while we try to learn how to play. And Tom's like, finally it comes around and he gets to be the roller, so he's like, "I get to roll, yes!" And he's like throwing it, and he only got like 2 rolls, and then automatically he just like rolled a 7 and it moved on. We were like, "Dang, Tom." So that was a crazy blast because we had no idea what we were doing at all, and we still tried to play. Jason and I ended up splitting a 20, trying to win some money, and lost it, of course. That's the way it goes. And yeah, about 3 o'clock rolled around, then 3:30 rolled around, and I had to go back to the room at 3:30, and I packed my entire bag and everything from 3:30 to 4. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, I had to roll out. Yeah, I had to leave, and I took a cab. Ended up waiting until 4:30 to get in a cab from the Palace Station because there were none waiting. And there was a nice gentleman, I don't even know his name, he was from Texas, but he was on the pipe show, I remember. and then another young guy, and we all split a Prius and went to the airport. And I got on my plane. I put my jacket on just over my arms. I put my headphones in. I put my seatbelt on, and I woke up when they went ding. We're on our final approach to Atlanta, and I was like, oh no, I got to put my seatbelt on, and hadn't even taken my seatbelt off the whole time. I had not even been awake the whole time, and I woke up when we got to Atlanta for the 4 and some hour flight. So got off. My mom picked me up because I really didn't want to drive home. That's why I got rides to and from the airport, 2-hour drive. I didn't want to have to ride home after no sleep. Went back to school, and here I am the next day, missing everyone and wishing I was there. It was ridiculous. So much fun. If you haven't gone to a pipe show yet, you need to go, because they are all kinds of ridiculous. West Coast Pipe Show in my book, check off success. Vegas for the first time, check off super success. Total blast. Glad I got to go around on the tour with Elaine and the fam, and sell some pipes for the Dagners. And now I just have to wait until the next one. I'll be there. Wherever you guys go, you better go if you can. I'll be there. And that's pretty much it. Got a bunch of sample tobaccos. I only brought the big stuff, and got to meet Joe Langford. That was pretty crazy. And I got to meet Hector Weeb finally. Yes, we broed out. We hung out and played roulette next to each other. It was so much fun, smacking our Aussie pouches. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Vegas trip. I guess I could say that's a wrap. It's been a blast, and now I have to go back to schoolwork. So check out my Instagram, check out everyone's Instagram. Just check out hashtag West Coast Pipe Show, because that's where the love is. All the pictures, you know, so many pictures, so many hugs, handshakes, selfies. It's all been great. And until the next time, you guys, thanks for tuning in, and keep on piping, keep on vaping.